Welcome to Spirit Trek. I am Sage, and I will be discussing what is holding you back from becoming the best version of yourself and what is slowing down your evolution process. Let's begin. Now, before I begin, this topic is very important, serious. So as you move forward in this process that I will be discussing, move forward with care, move forward with good intention, and move forward with positivity and with a conqueror's mindset. Okay? So let's begin. You must face your darkness. You must face your fear. You must face the innermost parts of yourself, which you have hidden away due to your disdain, due to your unliking, due to your hatred of it. Okay? There are parts of your life, there are parts of you that you might not like. There are parts of me that I did not like and do not like. And that's a judgment, of course, and judgment doesn't lead to much good at all, but it's still there regardless. And there are fears and there is anxieties and other stressors and triggers in our lives that we also do not like and want around us. But in order for you to truly and fully become the potentiality of what you can be, to actualize your potential, you must move through these triggers, these fears, these inner dark selves, and conquer, or at least survive that experience. And you will survive that experience because it's all you, it's all an illusion. But so easily we are influenced and stagnant in this process. It's scary, obviously. There are parts of myself growing up, and even still to this day, that I'm finding that shock me. When I realized that I can be both God and the devil, good and evil, because I am a human being with limitless potential, it was shocking and a little bit unsettling. But as I begin to dig deeper into myself and find those parts, those dark places, it allowed me the flexibility and the option to move through them. Not to fully embrace them and become them, but to see what it is and not run away at the first glance of it. To really see and experience that part of myself, not by hurting people or not by being evil to other people around me or to the world, but by just allowing those spaces in me to be observed, to observe my full self. And when you do this, you release the judgment and you release the fear of it. It's no longer separate from you. It's no longer, oh, that's the devil or that's evil. It's now a possibility of human experience and existence, one that you do not want. And if you don't want it, but you know what it is now, you can avoid it in a clear and conscious manner instead of an unconscious running away from it. Within yourself, find those dark places, find those things that make you feel unsettled, those dark thoughts you might have, those experiences and those things you've done in the past that were uncharacteristic of you, those ideas that came to mind at night and you're like, wow, is that me? Why am I even thinking about that? What is that about me? Like, why do I even feel that way? And realize that it does not have to define you. It does not have to be what you are, because you have the choice. But also realize that you are not separate from it. As a human being, we can embody anything and all things. That's why one person one day can be super nice and friendly and loving, and 2 weeks later be a mass murderer. Because they can fluctuate and embody so many different things. But if you don't know what you are and what you can embody, and you're so judgmental of all those things, out of nowhere, it can pop up and come into your life and you're not even sure what's happening. So that's the first point. The reason that I bring this up and that I'm so adamant about this is because when you're doing this process, when you're going through this inner searching, this diving into the self, into the dark regions of the self, you can now have the possibility to become a full and whole being. No human being is all positive. No human being is all bliss and sunshine and rainbows, unfortunately, or fortunately, probably. And because of that, when you only choose to acknowledge half of yourself, you are denying yourself. Now, like I said, this doesn't mean to go out and act crazy and become evil and dark and demonic. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying to acknowledge the potential for that reality in all human beings, including yourself, and find out how those things, those dark things, are playing out in your current life, and pinpoint it. Instead of saying, oh, that's whatever, that's nothing, that's not really what is happening. I'm fine, I'm good. Look at it and say, that wasn't fine. That was something that was in me that was on the other half of the spectrum. And so this will allow you to really identify and find a reference point for whenever these dark or these negative traits of self, of you, are coming out unwantingly. And by doing this, you no longer have to run away or deny yourself or be confused or tortured by these things inside of you. You can now realize, hey, this is not what I choose to experience. This is not what I want for myself right now or ever. And please take a seat. And when you do that, you now regain control over your inner state and over how you come across to the world around you. And this is an ongoing process. It happens to me all the time where I catch small glimpses of that darkness, of that part of me that I just don't really want in my life. But now I can recognize it and say, oh, that's what that is. Okay, go over there, I'm good. Bye-bye. And it works. Now, this also applies to your external world, facing your fears in the external world, which also ties to your internal state, of course. Fear is inside, not outside. It's an illusion. And so you must also face your external fears. And of course, in a way that isn't dangerous to your actual life or soul, but in a way that makes sense to you. Most fear is illusion. Most fear doesn't actually cause you any harm. You know this. We know which fear is rational human instinct and which fear is illusional based nonsense. And so you must begin to kind of just take those steps, push through it, because fear is the greatest hindrance and the greatest tool. It will hinder you and weigh you down and block you off from your next stage of evolution. But if you go through it, it is the gate to the next stage of your evolution. Pushing past your fears, whether it be fear of the dark, fear of the unknown, fear of, that sibling who was mean to you, fear of being rejected, fear of being seen, fear of speaking in front of public crowds, fear of dancing in public, whatever, all these fears, all these illusions that we have that keep us bound. And it could be anything. When you push through that fear, you've now opened up yourself to a whole new realm of experience and opportunity. That's evolution at its finest. So start with your internal states and finding those things within you that you do not want to address. Those selves, those inner selves that aren't all third eye, crown chakra, heavenly experience, but also hellish, dark, low root, dense experience as well. And address them, learn from them, identify what they are, and then grow from that. And then on top of that, look into your external world and face your fears head on, because it's in your best interest to do so. Not because I told you to, but because part of you knows that by facing this fear, it will force me to evolve, transform, and rejuvenate my spirit and my life up higher and higher into the next level. So with that being said, I look forward to your ascension. I look forward to your unveiling of self, to your introspection and your process. Please subscribe to my channel as I'm constantly sharing, constantly growing, and constantly loving. Peace and wholeness, family.